What's up, guys? This is Chris from Honest Outlaw here, and today we've got a hell of a race car for you. Today we're going to be shooting a first shots video, sort of. So if you follow the channel, you know this isn't exactly the first video we've done with this. We've actually done two, and this will be the third video, but it will be the first shots video that we've done, technically. So we've got a couple hundred rounds for this already, but this is the first time a lot of you will be seeing it. So this is the Atlas Artemis. This is one of the best guns I've ever shot so far. This is a 2011 pistol, semi-custom pistol done by Atlas Gunworks. If you're unfamiliar with them, they make some of the best guns in the world, and their kind of name stands on their own. They have quite a price tag as well, but if speed and performance and accuracy are what you're looking for, this is the place to go. The Atlas Artemis is kind of a sight block version of their Atlas Athena. So this is a 9mm 2011 pistol, single action only. So the round only fires when the hammer is cocked back there. You can see there's no double action, so the hammer has to be cocked back, and you drop the manual safety, engage the trigger. When the slide reciprocates, you have another beautiful shot. The reason why people use 2011s for competition is a lot of it's ergonomics, but most of it is the trigger. The trigger on this gun is the best trigger you'll ever find. I mean, there's comparable guns like the Phoenix Redback, or maybe the SIG P210 series, maybe the SIG 226 Legion. They get close, but nothing's gonna be as good as this. Staccato, Hayes Custom, these are the best triggers I've ever found. You're talking a 1.5 pound trigger pull, sub 2 pound trigger pull with an amazing reset. A lot of times if you get a really soft, really nice trigger for accuracy, it kind of sponges out and you don't have a very good reset, and it's not fast. This is the best mixture of speed and accuracy as far as triggers go that you'll find. It has the new Atlas Gen 2 grip here, which is the best 2011 grip as well. Aggressive texture, you can get more or less aggressive depending on which one you're looking for. This is an aluminum grip, although they do come in steel as well. Aluminum's gonna be a little bit lighter, steel's gonna be a little bit heavier. It's all about personal preference. This is a custom shop, so you can order whatever you like. It doesn't have a beaver tail grip safety there because they suck and they cannot work when you want them to, so I'm glad they eliminated that. Also, you can get higher up on the gun. This entire gun is meant to be fast, as I say in all the Atlas gun reviews. So you're gonna have aggressive texture, you're gonna have a high grip, you're gonna have a low bore axis, and you're gonna have that sight block out front. What that does is eliminate reciprocating mass. As you see, there's less slide. There's only about a 4.5 inch slide, and then you have more weight out front. When the round is fired, this slide cycles, you have more weight out front to help you keep the muzzle down, and less weight going to the rear trying to push it back. What that gives you is a super flat shooting gun. Now these are available in 9mm and 40, so you can either go 9mm like I did, or you can go 40 if you want to shoot it in limited. You can shoot whatever you want. This one has a long dust cover with a Picatinny rail, so if you have a match at night or something like that, you can hit a weapon mounted light there, really, really easy, or you can use it for home defense. This would be a phenomenal gun for home defense. Man, God help anybody that breaks into somebody's house who owns one of these, because you'll see in a minute, these are extremely fast. So along with the sight block, you have co-witness, blacked out rear with a front fiber optic with the ears cut off, perfect sighting system, and then you have a mount for an SRO or whatever optic you choose to. Over here we have a recessed slide stop, and it does work, so you can run it if you want to. Now we are going to be running a lot of magazines that don't have a slide lock on them. A lot of people think that's a 2011 issue. That's a magazine issue. So I use magazines without slide locks because they give you 2 extra rounds for the same size magazine. That gives you 2 rounds more in the magazine per stage, and when you're shooting limited division or open division, you're not reloading all the time. You're just reloading when you have free time. So I'm not going to shoot to slide lock and then hit the slide lock. I'm going to shoot part of the stage, and while I'm moving to the next part, I'm going to just reload. I'm going to top off the mag. So a slide lock is not required, but it does have one if you want it. So there's that. Extended magazine release works really well. Combat hammer works really well. And overall, the slide cuts look fucking badass. If it seems like I like this gun, it's because I do. I've got about, what, 500 rounds for it now, something like that, and no malfunctions so far, and I even won a bullseye competition with it, so color me impressed. But let's go shoot it today, and we'll see if I can show you. Before we do that, I want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because you guys can afford ammunition and guns. If you want to join the Patreon squad, all you do is go to the link in the description. Also, I want to mention a local shelter in Ames, Iowa. It is the YSS. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would go down, click that link, and sign up. And finally, I want to give a special thanks to Manning & Sons. Manning & Sons sends me guns very frequently for review. He also sent me this. Without Manning & Sons, I would be unable to give you the reviews like this because these guns are too expensive for me to buy on my own. So big thanks to Manning. I'm happy that not only he sends me some awesome guns, but he also doesn't give a shit what I say, so I can give the pros and cons to you with no issues whatsoever, so I really appreciate that. All right, so now we're gonna start this right at 75 yards here, but we're gonna be looking at the sun. It's cold and I got gloves on, so now that my excuse cone's out, we'll see what we can do. That one was just me. That's way easy. I was so bored at shooting 75 yards, I was watching the ejection pattern because it looked like it was bouncing off the optics. All right, go a little further back. Oh, we're out. So no lock back on the MBX mags. See if we can hit them at about 120 here through the bushes. Apparently. Now that's a one thing about competition guns you got to be careful about. 1.5 pound trigger, gloved hands, popped a round off by accident. It's actually the first time I've done that with this gun, but I haven't shot it with gloves on either. That's so ridiculous.
We're just having too much fun.
Come on now, this is like, I mean,
the best.
It's something else. Yeah, something else.
Well, you can tell we were doing donuts in the yard at one point, huh?
Hey, you gotta try out the new truck. There's only one way to try out a new truck in Iowa, and that is to do donuts in your own backyard.
Yep.
All right, so now we're at 50 yards here. That mag only had 5 rounds in it.
Well, my fault?
I think that's probably mine.
I could do this all day.
All day. I wanted to do a little more up close than that.
Okay. Have at her.
Try to Taryn Butler it.
Is that?
What? Never been called a sex muffin?
I have not.
Well, you're my little sex muffin.
Okay, let's see. Oh,
holy
he
shit.
Took forever. Am I out?
Yeah, they go real fast in that.
Nope, I just messed my cadence up, which I am known for.
Oh, you trigger freeze? Now you got a failure.
Yes, I do.
That gun hasn't failed in like 600 rounds there, limp wrist.
It's true. I am limp wristing.
75 yards. Mrs. Wick here. Is that the easiest gun you've ever shot?
It is. Except
not as easy to put in battery though, apparently.
What am I doing?
Pull back on it.
Wow. I am cooler than I seem, guys.
Well, prove it.
Then I just turn on the safety. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Oh!
These grips are so aggressive.
I like them aggressive. That's why I married you.
Don't make me laugh. Try to focus.
Don't make me horny.
Oh my god.
Well, this is the best you've ever shot.
Wait.
You shot those poppers almost as fast as I do. And
once again, I limp wristed it though.
yeah, so we
Somehow.
were talking about that. This gun's so easy to shoot that you literally just stop using recoil control because you don't really need it because of the front weight, the counterweight, and
Yeah.
everything. If you hold that gun super loose and shoot it and just see how low recoil it is, well, it's gonna malfunction. Just hold it up and shoot it real loose. So, right, it's gonna malfunction, but you see it didn't even jump, even with no wrist control.
Right. All right. The grips are so aggressive though that it hurts my hands, so that's what I'm doing wrong.
Well, it's
all right.
just because you're a baby.
I am a baby.
I'm kidding. Dinosaurs. All right. After action report of the Atlas Artemis is exactly how it was before we did the video. I love it just as much. Like I said, it's kind of a weird first shots because you guys are seeing it for the first time, but I have quite a few rounds on it already. We did have the first malfunction we've had in it, and that was only with you.
Yeah.
I think that's due to just a little bit of limp wristing, most likely.
It's a mixture of my hands being baby hands and not liking the aggressive texture.
It is very aggressive.
And then on top of it, I was limp wristing it because it doesn't take much effort to shoot it.
Sure. And some of that, right, because it is so aggressive, you don't want to squeeze hard, right? I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and I got these baby hands.
Well, either way, we did have our first malfunction, but it was with remanufactured ammo, and it was with my wife, and I shot the same ammo the whole time, and I didn't have any failures. So part of that could be that. Part of that could be the fact that we have 600 some rounds through it now with no cleaning whatsoever, and this is exactly the gun designed to do that, but it obviously can do that. Reliability aside, the speed and accuracy is pretty fantastic. I shot at 120 yards through some brush. We did that a while back with the USP Expert, and I was hitting, but I was having some trouble. This, I did not have trouble. I maybe only missed one or two, and at the end there, the cadence of fire at 120 yards was extreme. I mean, it was fast. You know, rounds on target like you'd shoot a rifle. So this, I would argue, has rifle accuracy. I could shoot this almost as good as I can shoot a cheaper shoulder-fired weapon. It's due to the trigger and the sight. The 5 MOA Trijicon SRO is my favorite optic, and the Atlas Gunworks trigger is my favorite trigger, and a 2011 is my favorite gun. So it's all of my favorite things turned up to 11, and so of course I'm gonna like it. Is it expensive? Hell yeah, it's expensive. And that's one thing that we're going to talk about here, and we'd like to leave till the end because I like to give you all the warm and fuzzies and maybe some of the cold and pricklies at the end. The only bad thing about this gun is the price, and the price is around, depending on what accessories you get, starting at $5,000. And that is more expensive than a lot of cars that I've purchased in my life. So you really got to want this thing to get it, but like everything else that's the best or the top of its class, it's going to have a price tag to match because they know that they're up there. They've won titles and championships, and they have competitive shooters that shoot them and pro shooters that shoot them. So obviously it has a price to match the performance. But is it for everybody? Absolutely not. But if you were at that tippy top or you just kind of want to LARP like it, this is a great choice. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. Check you later.